Hi, Phyllis here from southernfrugal.com. Well, we're getting ready to have our smoothie for the morning. We were up at 5:30 anticipating the day, because today is the day we go under the house. I know. We have, once we decided we were going to go ahead and go under there and put down the moisture barrier, we had days and days of rain. And because we have to roll the plastic out really on the grass and get it rolled up properly to go under the house, we really didn't want to do that in the rain, get grass all over everything. So anyway, today it's supposed to be totally clear, no chance of rain, and so today is the day. And neither one of us are looking forward to it, I can tell you, but we're going to do it. Anyway, so I wanted to bring y'all up to date on what we've been doing. I know I haven't posted for days, it seems, but we have, of course, been working in the house and doing various things. And yesterday, Mr. Bucky did a lot of edging around the shrubbery beds, because we're going to end up putting out some eastern red cedar chips around the house. We do that usually about every other year, and that way it keeps any bugs away. It doesn't keep spiders away, but it does keep bugs away. And let's see what else. I was doing the windows. I have done on the bottom floor now, let's see, I have done 5 windows and replaced screens and that kind of thing. So I was thinking yesterday, as I was doing those windows, when we do the windows, because we've got storm windows, it's like doing 2 windows for every 1 window, because the storm windows, of course, have to come down, and then we have to clean the window both sides so you can make sure there's no smudge marks or whatever. So it takes a pretty good while, but it's also good exercise, because I'm having to climb up on the ladder and then come down and climb up again and that kind of thing. So it's been good exercise. And of course, we've been having the smoothies every day, but this week I actually had 6 trays of overage, and that worked out great. So for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, we were able to use the frozen overage, so I didn't have to make the smoothies. So that worked out really well. Oh, and I sold the oak wardrobe, which is really great, because we needed to get that out of the dining room. Now, the people who purchased it are a young couple that have just bought an older home, and of course they're looking for furniture to go in that older home. So I got an email from her last night, and she said that they had been approved for the home, and all they're waiting for now is just a home inspection, and then they'll be coming and picking up the wardrobe. So that part's really good. And anyway, let me think what else. That's about it. Oh, I got a little, for the kitchen in here, you know, I've gotten plants for the different rooms in the house, and also got the Boston ferns for the planters on either side of the front door. So I was having trouble thinking, what kind of plant do I want in the kitchen? You know, I tried to figure out what the stagers were using, and some of them actually had fresh flowers in vases. Well, we're not going to do that, or we might, but you know, you've got to anticipate somebody coming and looking at the house, and then you want fresh flowers there. Well, that didn't work for me. So what I ended up doing was going to Lowe's and purchased a planter. I'll show y'all in a minute. Kind of a round planter, about that big around, and I got the different herbs to go in it, and it works really well here in front of the kitchen window, because it gets a lot of sun in here, especially since I got the Roman shades, and we just pull them up halfway. Mr. Bucky does in the mornings. He always pulls the blinds up, and so it gets plenty of sun. They're doing really well. I think they look good, and one of them is a lemon something. I'm not sure. It's like a lemon balm plant. You know, they're pretty invasive if you plant them in your herb garden, but it's a lemon balm mint. And when I come downstairs in the morning and I open this kitchen door, I can smell it. It smells really good. can't smell it during the day. I guess the air is moving around a lot more, but you can smell it when you first come down in the morning. So anyway, okay, so we're ready to make our smoothie this morning. I don't have any more overage, so we're having to, you know, go ahead and have the smoothie as usual. I'm going to use about 3/4 a cup of blueberries, and these are pretty well thawed out. This is the last of that bag, but I did buy some new ones. Oh, let me tell you about the greens. We are using the baby kale. Now, it's not organic, but here's what I have found with the kale, and y'all tell me if you found this to be true too. When we have the kale in the smoothie in the morning, it gives us more energy than normal. I noticed it, Mr. Bucky noticed it too. So anyway, we hadn't had kale in a while. We were doing more mixed greens and the spinach, but I decided to go ahead and do some kale again, the baby kale. Now I'm going to use 2 oranges, I've already peeled these, to hide the taste. And let me just say something about this, because I get an email or sometimes on the comments I get this under the videos about people using the different greens, and of course the kale being probably one of the strongest greens other than maybe collards. And what happens when you use an orange, it kills the taste of the green. You cannot tell it's there, even with kale. But like this morning I'm using 2 because these oranges are kind of small. But believe me, I tried the juice from the store. Even the fresh squeezed, supposedly, you know, the kind that Florida fresh squeezed orange juice. It does not do the same thing, and I'm not sure why, other than concerning live enzymes, or something. Because the juice you get in the store, it's pasteurized. It has to be, because they couldn't afford to have somebody get sick from their juice, right? So it's pasteurized. So it does not work the same as the fresh orange juice does, or in this case I'm using the whole orange, or fresh tangerine juice would work the same way. Now, other kinds of citrus I have tried, and I just don't think any of them work as well as the orange does to kill the taste of the greens. Now, I don't like the taste of the greens in smoothies. I don't, y'all. Now, I do like greens, you know, for a salad, but not in a smoothie. I don't like the way they taste. So the very first time I tried a green smoothie for us, and this was probably 2, maybe even 3 years ago. We had grown some beautiful kale in the garden. And so I had seen a video about it, so I got a bunch of kale from the garden and I put it in the smoothie. Didn't have any orange, and it was awful. I mean, it was just terrible. We drank a little bit of it, but most of it got poured out. And so then later, when I saw the video about the oranges, putting oranges in it, I just decided to try it again. And of course we've been doing the green smoothies ever since, and once we got the Vitamix it was even better. So if that will help y'all, just go ahead and use the fresh oranges. Even if you use a whole one, just cut it up a little bit and throw it in there. It will make the smoothie taste lots better. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and add the blueberries. And also I have not I've got almonds in the freezer, but I have not made the almond pulp, so we're still using the walnuts, which are, they say, almost as healthy or maybe as healthy as the almonds are. So anyway, I just slice the oranges up a little bit and put those in. Also, I forgot to buy celery at the store this week, so we don't have any celery. I do still have carrots, so we're going to use, this is a whole carrot. I did peel the carrot. 3 cubes of cream of wheat and oatmeal, and a couple of cubes of the coconut pulp. So I'll dump that in. And I'm going to go ahead and use peanut butter this morning, because we need all the energy we can get, y'all. We're going to be crawling around under this house. And Mr. Bucky, we were up at 5:30, by the way, this morning. And Mr. Bucky has already moved the plastic from the garage out to just right before under the house. And we're also putting up, we've got some, what do you call that stuff? The insulation under the house. Some of that has blown down over the years, and some of the wires that hold it up rusted, so we got a whole bunch of wires to get all that insulation back up the way it should be. I don't know, that's probably 3 tablespoons of peanut butter. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in. And I do put my spoon down in the cold filtered water, and the peanut butter, see, most of it comes right off the spoon. Also this morning I'm using 2 bananas. I did get these thawed out pretty good. Yeah, we were up, it was still dark this morning. I'm actually kind of excited about going under that. I don't think it's going to be near as bad as I have thought it would be. Alright, so squeezing the bananas out of the peeling. Getting those little ends out. And I love squeezing it out because I don't have any seeds, any strings that I have to pull off the banana. Alright, then we'll pour in, probably go ahead and pour in 1.5 cups of the filtered water. And that ought to do it. Alright, so we're ready to grind this up, and we'll be back and talk again in just a minute. We'll be right back. Okay, we've got it all ground up, and I went ahead and ran it for about 45 seconds this morning. Alright, I've got to where I don't even taste of it anymore. Before, and because sometimes I would taste of it and maybe add sugar. I don't do that anymore. I do sometimes add sugar when we have those strawberries that are so sour. Anyway, okay, we've got overage this morning. Yeah, I'm trying to do the overage. I want to do it like what happened last week, where I had ended up with 6 trays of overage. And that works out so great. That means for 3 days I don't have to make smoothies. We just thaw out the overage, and that's what we have. Okay, good deal. We got a whole tray. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and taste of this. I know it's good though. Peanut butter and orange is what I taste. Alright, so let's talk a little more. Put that over there. Alright, so with the young couple that's buying the wardrobe, that made me start thinking about when we first bought this house. And I might have told you all about this before, but we had purchased some rental property, and that was going really, really well. And in fact, those renters stayed in that house for 9 years. They did. And when they left it in really good shape. So she had even cleaned the carpet before they left, so it worked out really well. But anyway, the buying real property was sort of an investment for us. I was working in sales and I was doing pretty good, and I don't know, we just thought that would be a good investment. So anyway, we purchased this house here, anticipating renting it also. Oh, it all of a sudden got lighter. The sun just popped out. So anyway, I remember being down here. The lady that we bought the house from had just put down new carpet in the foyer, the living room, and in the dining room. And this floor in the kitchen had linoleum on it. Actually, it had 5 layers. We didn't know that, but there were 5 layers of linoleum on this floor in the kitchen. But anyway, so we were down here working, getting the house ready to rent. And I don't know, I was in the dining room just looking. And I said, well, I wonder what kind of wood's under this floor. And I pulled up a little corner of the dining room, and it was heart pine, and it looked good. And I told Mr. Bucky, he was working in the foyer in there, and I said, come in here and look at this. What is this? And I pulled it up, and he said, my goodness, what? Yeah, that looks good. And so we decided we would refinish the floors. And so we did. And then everything looked so good, we decided we would move in and rent the house that we were in. And that's what we did. And we've been here all these years now. But we really just spent a long time renovating this house. To start with, it wasn't that long. It was like 18 months before we moved in, but we actually hired a contractor to do the wiring and the plumbing, and they did some sheetrock work too. But then the rest of it we did ourselves, and you know, the fun's in the doing, right? We did. We had fun doing it and making it. Hopefully, well, the lady across the street said it looked better than it looked when it was new, because she was really old and she remembered, well, she didn't know it when it was new, but she grew up here and had seen the inside of this house many times, and so she knew what it looked like before, but she said it looked better than it ever looked before, so we were very happy with it. And it's going to be sad to leave it, it really is, but we need to downsize, y'all, big time. We don't need no big house like this. So anyway, so that's what I wanted to tell you about the house. Now, I'm dressed to go under the house. I'm going to end up putting something on my head. I'm going to have the glasses, and I'm going to have the breathing mask. I mean, we're going to be dealing with insulation that is fiberglass. So, I mean, there's not that much down under there, but still, you know, we're going to have some covering. And I hope we get it all done today. I don't want to have to go back under there tomorrow. But I'll see if I can record under there. I really kind of don't want to take my camera under there. I just don't. But anyway, maybe we will anyway. Alright, so I wanted to show y'all the herb garden. So hold on, let me turn the camera around. Okay, here's the little herb garden. I don't know how good that's going to record because I'm recording towards the light. But anyway, I've already forgotten which is which here, but I think this is oregano, and this is that lemon whatever, I don't know, lemon mint something that smells up the kitchen so nicely in the mornings. More oregano, and this is the more lemon balm. Got a little bit of dill here, and this is that purple basil. And let me turn this around. And of course, there you can see the basil. I mean the dill a little better there. It's dill, and of course this is cilantro, or Italian parsley, I think they call it. And it's doing really well. I went ahead and put some rocks in there. I don't know why, I just did because I had them, I guess. Anyway, so yeah, it's doing real well. In about another hour, this will be in full sun here in the window, really for probably 3 or 4 hours, so that should do well. Alright, y'all, so we will see y'all next time.